I'm Bill Wyatt with your top stories of the day. U.S. Senators Mark Warner and Tim Kaine have announced more than $3.4 million in federal funding through the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services for 21 Virginia health clinics. These grants will expand access to integrated mental health and substance use disorder services as part of an ongoing effort to combat the addiction crisis. The Piedmont Access to Health Services, or PATHS, in Danville will receive $167,000, and the Martinsville-Henry County Coalition for Health and Wellness of Martinsville will receive $166,978. The Standards of Learning, or SOL, pass rates for the past year are out, and Patrick County continues to lead Henry County and the city of Martinsville in all categories. Henry County is squarely in the middle. Martinsville trails in all areas. All three school divisions show the same strengths and weaknesses. The highest scores were in math, with Patrick County reaching 93%, Henry County with 82%, Martinsville with 79%. The weakest subject was writing, with Patrick County reaching 72%, Henry County with 68%, Martinsville with 58%. Well, the body of a man was found Tuesday in Philpott Lake. According to the Franklin County Sheriff's Office, 73-year-old Coleman Lewis Hale was found dead in the water not far from where his boat was located, 2 miles from the Ryans Branch dock. Hale had left for a fishing trip on Monday morning around 6:30 and never came back, leading his family to report him missing Tuesday morning. Nothing suspicious is expected regarding the death of Hale, according to the Sheriff's Office. Well, a 2-week-old baby is alive today thanks to a Danville police officer and a quick-thinking waitress. Officer Melissa Carey was eating lunch at Nikki's Family Restaurant on Riverside Drive when a waitress ran to her table asking for help. That's after the parents of the 2-week-old boy noticed that he had stopped breathing and was choking while sleeping in his baby carrier. Surveillance video shows Officer Carey running over to the table and working to get the infant breathing again. Carey later went to the hospital to check on the baby and the family. The boy's mother credits Officer Carey with saving her baby's life. Well, an 86-year-old woman died Tuesday in a car crash in Franklin County. Virginia State Police say that a passenger in one of the vehicles, Jean Young Maddox of Rocky Mount, was transported to the Carilion Roanoke Memorial Hospital where she died. The accident happened around 1 p.m. on Route 220 at the intersection of Route 615 in Franklin County. A Ford Taurus traveling south on Route 220 failed to yield the right-of-way while making a left turn onto Route 615. The Taurus was struck by a Buick Regal, which was headed north on Route 220. Irene Shively of Rocky Mount was driving the Taurus and was injured. Maddox was a passenger in the vehicle and died from her injuries. 69-year-old Oliver Steiner, also of Rocky Mount, was driving the Buick. He was taken to the hospital for his injuries. The Virginia State Police say they are continuing to investigate. Danville firefighters responded to a house fire at the end of a dead-end street early Wednesday. Units were called to 920 Robert Street shortly before 2:30 in the morning this morning and found smoke and fire in the basement of a brick home. The fire was located in a basement breaker box. It was knocked down quickly and brought under control in about 11 minutes. The basement sustained minor fire and water damage. Smoke damage was reported throughout the 2-story home. The occupants all got out safely. There were no injuries. The fire marshal determined that the fire was of an electrical nature. And if you're annoyed with robocalls, then you're not alone. A new study ranks Virginia 10th in the country for robocall complaints. The study uses the latest data from the Federal Trade Commission and the Federal Communications Commission. In the U.S., there were 3.5 billion telemarketing and robocalls made to mobile phones in April of this year. That's according to the study. The site says that robocalls are only going to keep rising as artificial intelligence technology expands. Although some businesses use robocalls for legitimate purposes, 43% of all robocalls are scams. That's according to the study. That's a look at your top stories for today. I'm Bill Wyatt reporting.